Hello and welcome back to the show. So I'm really excited because today we are joined by a very special guest all the way from Singapore, Fendy Lee, who is a top team leader of over 300 real estate agents in Singapore, producing at a very high level. And he is a successful sales agent himself. So we had a conversation a little while before I brought him onto the podcast today, and he shared with me a lot of his really interesting and effective strategies for leading and growing his team. So it's going to be a really interesting episode, effective episode today for anybody out there who wants to be a successful agent, who wants to lead a successful team. And I'm excited to dig in. But Fendi, welcome to the show.
Hi, Kobe. Thanks for inviting.
Absolutely. Appreciate you joining us. And before we get started, just would you mind sharing a little bit about yourself to our audience, just so they have an idea of who you are? I'm sure if they're watching on YouTube, they see all the awards back there. So, how did you get started and earn all of these awards?
Right. I started very early of my younger days. So started when I just finished my army in Singapore. There's a service that we need to have a national service. So after that, that's my first career. So currently, I didn't did any other jobs. So started when I was about 22 years old. So this is probably my only career in this real estate. But of course, at start it wasn't easy because my mom, especially as a parents, they don't like me to work is something without any fixed income. So I told her, this is something I really love it, and I believe that this one can drive me to get what I want in life. So she gave me some encouragement, say, okay, since you decided, and I started after my army time. So I'm very lucky to started with fresh with some my friends supporting me in sales, but it's not like last time. Like today's, they are quite easy because there's social media. They got so many things. Now I'm 42 years old, so it's back about 20 years back. So you can say that 20 years back, the technology is not as good. They do not have portals. They do not have any very easy way to reach out. We only go through the traditional way, go to door knocking, telephone calls, we go to mailers. So it's very direct sales. It's very different from today's market, which is so different from what we are doing now. We are doing live, we're doing YouTube, we're doing videos. So the whole things is has changed from what I started until today's. So that's how I started with agent. But of course, to be an agent in Singapore, now it's even more difficult. They have to go through a lot of tests, a lot of different competitive depend on what you're doing. If you're doing on residential, there's a lot of agents on the ground. If you're doing commercial, industrial, there's also quite a lot of agents have different background to work together. But of course, in my team, I started as like anyone, so I believe it's not difficult, but most important is to understand why you choose this career because at the end, it's not anyone that pushing you to be who you are. It's most important is the reason of or the purpose of why you want to take charge of your own self. So when I choose this, is because I really want to take charge of my own career and want to build a business like why I'm today talking to share this event as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like it's really cool that you started at a younger age as well. And one of the things that you mentioned was the fact that the industry has changed, right, in the time from when you started to where you are now. So having gone through that change, right, what are some of the things that you've noticed yourself maybe learning, even, in the middle of your career? A lot of times agents think that the only time that they're learning and improving their skills is their first few years, but as the industry changes, as you know, you learn new skills, right? Or you have to learn new skills in order to, stay competitive, like you mentioned as well. So what are some of the things that you feel that are really key to, your growth? I will say in the middle of your career as you started seeing some of these changes happening around the industry.
Great. That's a very important question. So I started without knowing what I'm heading at start. So it took me the first 3 years, I didn't do well at all. So I only get to pick up myself when I first to understand a business system. A system in your own business is very important. So when I understand this is how I get to know is I understand there are other teams working as a group and they are very actively working as a horde. They can take charge of the place as an estate. They can command and control the whole estate, meaning they are able to get the right buyers on the right time on the right properties. So this is actually let me think through, what should I do to become like them? So that's how I go through a process of building a business model of my own self at start. So on the year 2009, which is only many years back, so I become very consistent is because I have a business model that has a consistent sales by having a team working together. So we are doing a very strong sales model like in the region. Probably in Singapore it's very small. It's not really region, you call it estate. So it's probably a area like probably in the estate I'm doing is in Sengkang and Punggol. If you're not sure where is it, you can Google it. It's very small estate, probably a few hundred thousand of residential only. But in that region, I have more than 20 listing every month and transaction at least 10 to 20 more than a amount that compared to a normal agent. So this is important to have consistency. So to have a consistency, we start with very strong getting on the buyer leads. So we reverse it. It's not focusing on the listing. A lot of agents started with, because for my very first agency, they teach us listing is king. So I thought the first 3 years I must get a lot of listing to close a lot of deal. So I focus on the wrong area, which is listing. But I know there are different thoughts of school of thoughts of learning, but I focus more on buyer. Why I do this is because I ask myself this question. If today I'm the richest guy on earth, I I can buy anything, right? But if I'm a richest guy or I own a very expensive property, is it easy to sell it? So the question is, buying is easier than selling. So I will tilt my direction on demands versus on supply. So I told my teams we need to start a system that focus only on demands, which is the buyer's market. So even it's down market or up market, we are in control. So I train my agents to serve a buyer with a lot of strategies, a lot of techniques of how to get them understand their needs. Listening here is very important, and we want them to convert sales on every buyers. So how I got this system is also built by a model because in between when I was in the career of real estate, I go to learn about telemarketing skills and I actually go interview myself in a company called Marcus Evans. They are like a telemarketing company. So I not wanting to join as a salesperson there, but I just want to interview, get into the company to understand their model. So I go and apply the job. It took me 4 interviews to be able to join. And in my first week, I closed my first deal. So the training process is that in telemarketing skills is something very important is to build a very strong bonding in a very short, I could say less than a minute to build that rapport. So this is very important skills for my team to understand this. So I did close deals from the Marcus 7. After that, I straight away quit. After that, I rang the bell. Straight away, I said, sorry, I need to move on my career. So you did very well. Why do you quit? Because this is not my purpose. I just want to understand the whole gist of how they start this telemarketing business. So I come back to real estate. I straight away understand it's very important about building the strong rapport with the client. So I did teach my guy how to close deal after that. Then myself, I actually closed deal like just a phone call at start. When buyer calling me, I just closed the deal without seeing them. How I did it? Just through phone call within an hour, they trust me. After that, they went to view the house. I said I can be there. They said no need, Fendy, because I trusted your advice. They didn't want me to be there, and it's an old lady with her son, and went to view the houses. On the second viewing, she actually want to bought a unit already. Next thing she called me, Fendy, you will be free about 30-minute time. I'll be at this property address. I said, sure. So I just go down, just be a witness, just seeing the house as a witness. And I'm the last person to sign on the contract. Everyone is waiting for me. The seller party agents, the seller, and the buyer said, this is my agent. I want him to help me to witness and check the house. Is it a good buy? So I represent myself as a position, as a person that I don't want to be just another salesperson, as an advisor, to be a consultant, to able to understand that this is a good buy. So after that, yes, you made this a right choice. So I witnessed it, and she paid me the commission. So sometimes we must position ourselves in the right way, not to just hard selling and just being another salesperson, being a tour guide, or just showing houses. So we must position ourselves in a different manner and building a right way when we in a phone call. So it started from just as early as a phone that you receive from your client. So that is a very important sales composition, even from the start, not just after you start to know that person. Is when the first call you answer, and that is very important as a salesperson. That's why I learned to be a good salesperson by focusing on the demand. Then from here, I actually feel that every agent also can do it. So I train them to be as good as myself. So the team grew by itself. Till today, I actually have a good sales team number and always top in the team in terms of agency level. So gotten many awards. Of course, the award not belong to me. All belong to my team effort. So for myself, I'm just doing my part as a salesperson. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny that you mentioned one of the things that I really caught was the fact that, when you went out there and got a job, really interesting, right? Got a telemarketing agency just so you can learn the skill
Yes.
sets, just so you can get the training, right, from the people who do it best. The one of the things that you learned was the fact that you have to be able to build rapport in a really, really quick period of time, right? You don't have weeks, you don't have even multiple hours. You really, like you said, have maybe less than a minute to build a rapport with somebody on the other side of the phone, right? Whether if they're calling you or the other way around. So a lot of agents don't understand that, right? They don't understand that they need to be able to do this quickly. So how would you, if you were coaching or training somebody else who's coming up and they wanted to do telemarketing as well on generating real estate leads, how would you tell them to start their first 30 seconds of a phone call, right? To make sure it doesn't have to be a script, but what are some things that they can do to draw up rapport and interest immediately in a short period of time and concisely as well?
Okay, so thanks for asking. It's very important to build rapport in the short uh, 10 to 20 seconds at start. So we must understand we are talking to the right decision maker. That is the very important thing to start with. Because at the end, if you speak to a wrong person, this whole conversation also become a time wasting. So first thing first, we must know who we are talking to. We must understand, are they the decision maker, or this is just a person that is managing the portfolio of the property owners they want to sell or buy. So first thing, we must know who are we talking to. Yes, there won't be a very yes, there are scripts for us to show the agents to how to work on the script. But personally, I think we must identify who are the decision maker. Next is I will want them to let them know who are we. We don't straight away start to tell them, oh, this is the property we're selling, blah blah blah. No, a lot of agents like to talk about information. They didn't introduce correctly about themselves. So we must give them another way of saying that we are just another agent. We must let them know why I am the agent that you must engage. So to answer that, you must make it a very short but yet very powerful message to let them know that who you are. It could be as easy as, because for me, I've been dealing with the whole estate so well. So the first call they call in is that, hi, are you Fendi? I'm looking at this property example. I said, oh, great. So you're Mr. or Miss something. I must answer the name lah. So I said, okay. So Mr. Tan, example, the name is surname is Tan. Hi, Mr. Tan. Great. You made a very important call to me because I'm the right person to assist you. Do you know why? So he said, oh, sorry, what you mean? Maybe you don't understand why I'm engaging you or not. I'm just asking about property. So agent as normal, they will just straight away tell you about the information. But for me, I want them to know that who you're engaging. So, oh, Mr. Tan, because this is a very important message that I want to tell is that because we not just servicing you as a buyer, we want you to understand we are business partner. So we must put them information that we are helping them. So to let them understand that we must in like a business, we don't just sell you things directly. We want to build the same way of understanding. We are the same on par, and you are also understand that this person want to tell you things that I don't know. So I will tell them. So for property in this area, do you know why you call on this property? There's a yes because of example the price, the layout, the location, things like that. Example, say great. So do you know there are some disadvantage of buying this property? So I will tell them things that no other agent will tell them. So disadvantages, yes, there are things like this. They say, okay, why are you telling me this? I say, because a lot of my buyer saw this problem and they didn't want to buy. So I must be honest with them. So I tell them things that agents only tell them the good things, but I tell them things that may not be good to you, but yet they want to listen. So I'll tell them, hey, yeah, with this, you see, this one got a west sun. West sun is hot in Singapore, definitely is hot, but in other countries it's good. But there's a west sun facing to the living room. Is it okay for you? Or there is a bin center very close to your unit. Is it okay to you? At this point, what am I doing? I'm actually doing something called we don't want to straight away sell them thing that is good because we want them to understand with this thing, are they still want to view? Are they really serious about buying? Are they just a browser? So I'm just putting things that is not easy to sell at in the front. If they are still serious about it, say, wow, actually I'm okay with all this. Bentley, I still want to view the property. Great. So you made a very strong decision of why you want to buy here. Can I know why? So I want to bring in the understand of why they want to buy. So slowly I want to dig a bit more about them. What's so important about getting this house? Probably, oh, my mother staying in the next block, or my relative, all of them staying here. My friends is all staying in this region, or probably my budget is only up to this level, and I don't mind to buy at such kind of property. So I put them things that why this agent telling me things I never heard of. Most of them tell me, wow, this is a very good unit. This is wow, I'm block view. This so a lot of time I tell them things that nobody like, yet they still want to buy. So they say, hey, this agent is different. They give me information that no other agents want to provide. So I'll straight away say, thank you for telling me that you are very serious and you're informed buyer because you know this area much better than anyone. Because I don't want to go through things like, oh, do you know there's a thing around what is nearby? I don't have to tell them because they already told me they are focusing on this area. They probably have stayed there before, or probably they know better than me. So I don't have to go through this again. I just want to ask them a very important question. So today, if I got you a good offer, will you want to decide on spot or will you want to move on? And they'll ask, what is a good offer? So I say, great, because to me, I know what's the seller closing price, but I can get you a price that you want. But more importantly is if you really want to view, I'll tell you on spot, this is a good deal, and you probably will buy on spot. So I want to get them to the price that they already understand. Yes, the seller wanted high, but I can give them a price that they can accept. So that portion, I already negotiating already. I don't even have to negotiate when viewing because a lot of agents start with, oh, you can't view first, can't take a look at the house. Maybe we talk about price later. So I already start to understand their budget. So I said, okay, so at this price will be comfortable. So they will straight away say yes or no. If they say no, then I say, why? Is it because something, example, your cash flow or your loan, or is it because you have certain uh, idea that buying this area must be certain price? Some people have that kind of thinking. So I will ask them deeper. So they will tell me, oh, because my budget, example, even your budget with this, I still can get you a unit here. Will you still want to consider? You want to build with me? But it may not be the unit I'm selling. It will be someone else's unit. But I'll bring you over. But there will be a service fee. Will be okay with you. Because I'm the expert in this area, I'm specialized here. I got all the listing that can fit to your bills. So I will can manage in a sense of if I know them better and I can give them a right property at the right price, and yet they can get that now, would they be interested or not? So I will put it across from the phone by understanding everything. So they will tell you, wow, if there is such kind of house, yes, I'll definitely go with you. Because sometimes when people have certain budget constraint, they always think that, ah, yeah, agents always want to sell high. But advertising, they always put at a high price. But as a salesperson, we are person that go and ask more questions in the whole area. Example, I ask all the agents, I know which property I have seen. I know which property has not say fire sale, probably a good deal. I will focus on that unit, not my own unit, because a buyer is very important. I advise them towards what I want to sell. Because in your mind, you already have something to sell. When they call you, you will know that from this budget, you can already focus on the right property that they can buy instead of focusing the wrong one. So, am I selling my unit that I'm selling? No, I just want the buyer to build rapport first, getting know about them, then I can fit into the similar property that I'm selling, yet can get the budget they want. So from just this short conversation, they'll feel that I really can fit into their view. And from this story, I'll share you one of the case, a buyer who is, of course, being Singaporean in Singapore, that we have four different races. Of course, one of the race, they are very calculative. I don't name which race, but I just being upfront because sometimes they are very calculative. So they told me because when we sell a property, there's a valuation. Anything above the valuation is called cash over valuations. So when you sell this property, uh, the first thing, he's a referral from another client. So he called me, Fendy, I know you're a very good salesperson. I don't need you to sell me anything. And I don't want to pay, we call it cash over valuation, in short is COV. So I don't want to pay the COV of how much. I don't want to pay that. Please don't go and sell me things at high COV. I said, oh, sure, sure, sure. Your Mr. His name is, yeah. So I said, okay, so Mr. Something, were you able to tell me what you like? I have seen many property. I've seen more than 20 properties here. And the agent all bring me property at such a value. I say, yeah, but it's not nice at all, not towards what I want. Oh, I see. If I can bring you everything that you like, will you go through me, you know? I said, yes, of course. At the day, I make arrangement. I arrange 6 units for him to sell. I mean to view. So that 6 property he built, all of them fit to his criteria, and he loved it so much. And he said, Fendi, you're the first agent I've seen that all the unit you bring in is all what I wanted. So I said, wow, that is very good to compliment me this way. I said, so would you want to make offer? I said, oh, what is the price? And do you know that I never even mentioned the price at start? I didn't even mention about there's a COV in the viewings. I didn't even mention about these are all premium units. So these are things not inside the conversion. It's not even seen in front of them. So from after viewings, I should tell him this unit is this price, this price. The COV will be this range. I said, wow. Then he have been, seeing houses that he don't like. So I compare the houses that he like. It's straight to understand why people pay COV. So he guess how much cash over valuation he paid for his property in the first house. He paid 80,000 above cash overvaluation. At the market rate, that time is about 30 to 50,000. And he's the person who tell me, I don't want to pay cash overvaluation at all. So at that point, he bought with a 80,000 cash overvaluation valuation. He was thinking to himself, maybe I didn't expect myself paying so much cash on top of the value. But you know, as a salesperson, we don't always listen to buyer that saying, I don't pay this. But at the end, they are the one paying it. So sometimes we agent must identify what they want when we are listening to their way of saying things. Because I know their experience. I went through from listening, he has seen so many houses, nothing he liked. So he must be someone that likes something premium and something nice, something got view, high floor. So my range is very simple for me. All the good units I just showcase, but it's all high price. But yet he accepts it himself. So sometimes we need to make sure what are we doing. Because a lot of agents has been a normal agent, very good follower. When you pick up call, they say, hey, I want to buy this. I got this budget only. They feel, hey, there's nothing inside the budget. And one more story, if you okay, I add in one more. I got one client. Actually, she built a lot of property as well. So she saw my advertisement. She came to the show flat. There's a show flat new launch. So from the phone call, she asked me a lot of things. I said, oh, where have you been? What do you build? So she said, oh, I built this property that's nearby the show flat projects. I said, oh yeah, the agent showed me because she told the agent my budget is only 2 bedroom. I only can afford a 2 bedroom property. So she viewed everything on 2 bedroom. Wow, this agent is very hardworking and wow, arrange a lot of property, even other than that property, all 2 bedroom. So when she met me, she said, hey Fendi, because the buyer is not one person, she got a sister. So I have a thoughts of not buying alone. Why not with the sister? So I upgrade her to a 3 bedroom dual key. So very interestingly, the one that I'm selling got a dual key unit, which is a 2 bedroom with a studio side by side. So that's the my thought is want to make her buy something better, nicer, yet more premium. So when I enter the show flat, I show her 3 bedroom dual key layout. They say, hey Fendi, I don't have such budget. Why you want to show me this? I said, no, you got this budget. Why you want to limit yourself alone? You told me you have a sister who is also buying a property later. But why not now? Together. You can buy a 3 bedroom dual key as one because this is one unit, but only thing is side by side. But you're paying only one stamp duty, you're saving a lot of money. And you by buying two, you're paying more. By buying one at a 3 bedroom dual key, you save even more. So I let them see a perspective they don't see it because most agents will focus on their budget of one person. They never include someone that is buying together with them or never think of it. So the agent actually know me, even say, hey Fendi, you close that buyer actually is my buyer. I said, oh, is it? I said, yeah, she built a lot of property through me, all 2 bedroom. But how you manage to let her upgrade to a 3 bedroom dual key some more as a high floor unit? Oh, I see. So you know why? Sometimes agents as normal, they only focus on the budget. They only focus on what they told them. So for me, I'll get what they want. Do you know we are someone that sell dreams? We sell things they love it. If everyone is a normal people, they won't buy through you. They will just go online and buy on their own. Now it's so easy to buy things. But if we are able to upskill them, we can expand their thoughts by giving them a little bit better lifestyle, a solution they never thought before. This is a way to get them to the right property. So for me, I don't sell them just a property. I sell them dreams. I sell them what they can enjoy in the future. So this is what I do when I do conversation with clients. So I drive them. Okay, I know there are a lot of things happening in the world market, maybe soften things like that. People are more conservative, things like that. However, money has been a very, very small to me it's not the most important thing. The most important thing is not about money. But if you focus on money, they are not able to. close the deal. So I focus on the needs of why they want to buy a properties. So what tie down to a property is important. The family, who they are going to stay with them. Are they going to buy with upgrading to a place that they like, or they just want to buy with a family that want to go through a lifestyle, or they want to buy with schools, or they want to buy near to some very good location, a status they want to belong in. So this is a concept that you have to bring in. You cannot just talk about, oh, this is the budget, I only focus on that budget. So agents, like most of agent, I can understand, yes, my budget is this. But I realized the client that I closed all exceeded their budget. All exceeded their budget. They told me this budget every time. But all I get is always above. And sometimes they need to borrow some money outside to buy what they want. And they wanted it, not I pushed them. I said, sir, this is not I want you to make yourself to break your bank yourself. It's you decided and willing to do that. So I create the willingness of reaching what they really want. And the gap is not much. And I allow them to do that. So through the competition, I actually create that needs to drive them to what they really want. That is very important. Because in sales, we don't really just hard sell on the facts. So sometimes people ask me, Fendi, why you don't have to do financial calculation with them? Why you don't want to go through them with the some timeline things like that? I said, no, this is all back of my mind because I already expert in that. But I just want to know, are they happy with buying what they want? So if they're not happy with that, then why should they buy? So I derive that buying a property is not about yeah, I must fulfill the budget. No, it's buying something they love, buying something they enjoy, buying something they dream of, and they can get it today. So this is how I will converse this kind of sales, and most of the time it meet my expectation and I deliver it. And some of them they don't even see me face to face from the phone call. I even can got the sales. Yeah. So that is how I teach my agents. Sometimes they say, yes, it's very difficult. Boss, sometimes you give me a script, it's so simple, but yet I don't understand it. But I tell them story. So from the story, they actually build that story themselves. So sometimes I create a lot of story for them to learn. So this story actually give them more confidence on selling property. Because why? At the end, property is dead. Property is just for war. But the person that is really talking to you is live. So we need to talk about what they want instead of talking about what property we have. Because property is just a property. So what they want inside their dream, inside their life, maybe from young, what they have thinking of, all this is more important. But of course, observation is very important. We must observe what they've been doing and probably what kind of dress they wear or what kind of person they are. Maybe some are very down to earth, some are very flashy. So we need to be observant and be able to listen more instead of just keep on talking. Because I remember sometime I did mistake before for my first 3 years. I'm keep on blah blah blah, keep on selling. I realized hard sales is not what a good salesperson is because I learned from my mistake. I believe that yes, we are very passionate, but sometimes we hard sales too much, the buyer will get turned off and buyer will feel that you are just selling me things. So we must be very aware of what we're doing. We must be conscious while we are doing sales and we are dealing with people. We're not dealing with the property. We're dealing with the human. Human have a lot of soft touch that we need to unlock. So that is most important. If you can understand which button to press, you're able to close the deal. Because most of us, we are just focused too much on the wrong things and end up we waste too much time on that. And that's how we don't deliver the sales. But if we understand the person so well, every button you press is correct, you will get the deal naturally. That's how I feel as a salesperson. You must go with the flow. We don't just prevent it. If not, you're just another stuck up agent, which wastes a lot of time on the buyer. And the buyer will choose other agents. They say, sorry, you can't serve me. that's someone I don't like, and probably you don't listen to what I say. So they'll start to switch around. That's why agent got a lot of leads but never close deal because all the leads never feel you. So you must let the leads understand that, hey, I get the right agent. Wow, he understand me so well. I can hear that every word from what he say is what I want to listen. Ah, that's music to their ears, and that's where you close the deal. So there's time that we can close deal when we understand more about human. So how to learn all this? Do this to your spouse, do this to your loved one, do this to your parents if you don't have spouse. You must make your family member in love with you so much that you can make others in love with you as well. So to be a person get attracted easily is to make yourself become more able to give. Because when you're able to give to the person you love more, then you can do the same to anyone. So I always believe about doing more by giving more. Yeah. So that's where I see that sales is natural. It's not about certain script or certain way of selling. It's about being who you are. You be a super magnet to attract the right person, and the people will just, buy through you. That's all about. Is this something that I share?
100%. So
Yeah.
I love what you mentioned about the stories that you shared on how you were able to essentially, overcome the objections of, your clients, right? Because so many agents, they hear the objections and then they either just take it as the truth or they stop, right, when they can't overcome it. But they don't go that extra step that you talk about of not just sitting down and like listening to what somebody is saying and repeating it back to them word for word. You're listening to what they actually want. You are digging into what it is that drives them. How are they thinking in their decision making process? You're listening deeper, right, to what the client actually wants. You're thinking about how can I serve you? And then you come in and then you help them solve the problem, right? You help them present, it's not just yes or no solutions. You help them present a third solution, right? That they actually want, that they actually, solves their problem, but also, helps you close the sale as well. So I think that's really powerful what you're able to do and also what you are able to teach, right, to your agents as well, which kind of brings me to my next question, which I really wanted to get your take on, which is the fact that you've been able to build a team of 300 plus agents and you're teaching these strategies to them, right? So, what are some of the things that really helped you to develop such a large team and make sure that it's not just bodies and people, but make sure that the agents are just as successful, if not more successful, than yourself as an individual in real estate and building a career?
So I believe that I'm not just creating myself, I'm creating someone better than me along the way. At this point, I see it happening already, and I have seen a lot of millionaires in my team. So sometimes is everyone have a different capacity. So I do feel we need to identify their potential. So some of the teammates that join me from different agencies as well. They have been top producers in other team. So example of one of my team leader, now he's one of the team leader. He joined from another agency. When I identify him to go into a large market, which is high end, he never explored it before. He told me, no, Fendi, I never thought of that at all. Because when I meet him, it's not once. I met him 4 times. So on the fourth time, he decided to join me. So he said he want to see how I can help him. So at that point, he just earned generally about 300,000 a year in Sing dollar. So now he's crossed more than half a million a year. So I believe what I did is I expand his. I mean, a lot of people think that they limit themselves in certain area only. So I started with sharing certain estate, right? Yeah, most people only focus on that certain estate. But I just feel that agents, when they have I feel that they are very capable in dealing with clients. They can look into a certain area that nobody touch. So because most people say, I only sell the low level of properties price. I never think of I can sell a high end property. So that is what I think of such personality can do it. So when I talk to him, I can feel that you have this charisma and you're able to deal with high net worth and you can also understand a high net worth needs. So I also tell him there are ways to explore in this area and how to do it. And he said, nobody tell me that before. So that's a blind spot. I identify blind spot of every individual because sometimes we don't know what our blind spot is. And I'm not sure why I can identify people's blind spot. Maybe I'm good at listening, and maybe I'm good at observing. And I mean, I'm master NLP practitioner as well. I'm also I learned a lot of psychology on my own. So I believe I can tip tap on certain of my skill on to let them know, hey, you're able to expand certain kind of sales that you never know. So when he hear deeper and he understand more of what he can do. So I did my the four identity. Okay, I always have a system to identify an agent. So I do that, and I see that actually he can do it. So I said, why not you do this to upgrade your portfolio, and you're able to do so is because of what you're having. So you're not just a in Singapore. There's a different class of property: HDB, condo, and landed. And of course, condo you have high net worth one and the normal one. So you focus a lot on HDB. So I said, why not you focus on the high end District 9? District 9 is Orchard, which is more central, more expensive. So I said, why not go to that region where you are able to touch base on certain kind of network. So when he go into the network, he realized these people are easier to manage compared to the low income. I'm not saying low income are difficult, but just saying that there are many things to do to help them. But high net worth, you don't have to talk about financial so much. You don't have to focus so much on, um, sometimes we sell, we must be fulfilled a lot of things. But in high net worth, they are very straightforward. Their their needs is their most important value is time. You don't have to waste so much time. You only understand about that person why they are high net worth because they value time. And he is a person that really value time as well. So I see that now he spend more time with family, he traveling around. Every month he go to different country now and he still earn the right income. So I expand his belief and expand his when we talk about our capacity, sometimes we trap ourselves like a fish in a fish tank. We trap ourselves in the fish tank, the small one, but we didn't know that we can jump out to the ocean. There's such a big number of clients outside in the big ocean. You are free. So I move him to the ocean, to that area that hey, this is the real financial freedom that I'm looking out for. So I create that scenario of able to do that, and he jump ship and he close more deal and he has more free time now and he spend time with his loved one, his two boys and his wife. He's also a salesperson together, just joined together because of how I groom or so-called help him into become one of the top salesperson and now he with teams as well. So I just duplicate myself to him. And I myself, I also my wife also a salesperson, so I focus on the family value a lot, and we value a lot of our times. So we take this as an opportunity to learn. So and they actually accept, hey, true enough, I don't have to focus too much on certain area, but the area is good to start off with. I mean, we want to have a basic income but we want to have an exponential of income to enjoy life. So agent, same thing. You see, my endpoint is the same thing. We always have a dream of certain goal. Same for salesperson. They also have a dream to reach a certain goal. What's their main goal? They want to have more time. But do you know a lot of self-employed, especially self-employed salesperson, they join this trade, they realize they have lesser time because they used to be full-time job, fixed pay, every day working in the office, 8 to 5 or 9 to 6, some of them. But I just feel that when they reach as a real estate agent, hey, my weekend is burned, my evening is burned, every day I'm doing things, I don't have time with my family. So they have a wrong conception for agents. Oh, must be very hardworking, do a lot of things, waste a lot of time. I use the word waste, waste a lot of time on this, but they don't know that we can actually gain the same thing like what they taught previously. Because a lot of people thought, become an agent, I have freedom. I only work short hours but gain more income. But they couldn't because most of them stuck at the start point where they focus so much on uh, activities that burn out, let them burn out, and their mind is not free and they're not able to focus and they feel that they are stressed. So they lose themselves. I do see a lot of agents lost themselves at start and they quit the job at the very beginning because they couldn't have consistent income, no sustainability. So I create a business model which is called the AAP, Accelerated Asset Progression, because we are dealing with portfolio of every client. All the portfolio we are dealing with, we are doing a progression for their asset. So it's asset progression. So I need to create accelerated asset progression because we need to create our own asset progression in our own business model as well. So we need to do that as a salesperson before we can do it to a client. So for a client to be accept progression, we also have a accept progression. So that is our business model. And the second part of the business model is the complete circuit, which is TCC. So what is complete circuit is that you need to fulfill these four areas to be consistent. These four areas, just like playing game, I always tell myself or my team, we are like the RPG game. We go and create a character, how to play the game. You start with, example, a knight, an archer, a mage, a healer, things like that. So this character you're creating, how you want to improve in the area. Since it's a knight, you must be very active on the ground. So you may be more higher attack in defense as well, but you may be vulnerable to spell. So I mean, that's game. But in real estate, yes, there are certain tools you must use and certain things you must have. You must certain items in term of in games, but in real estate there are so-called items that you must equip. So we need to move to that level. So this 4 point is actually your like you got agility, you got attack, you got defense, all this, right? Same as these four things. So you must know your lead generation. Are you good at lead generations? And analysis. Are you good at creating analysis report? Are you doing the right thing to talk to the right people? Or your report is talking to the wrong audience and then sorry, you're creating a wrong report. Then your financial planning. Are you good at certain financial planning for certain kind of buyers? Of course, if you deal with the low income, not saying low income, I say as an average income earner, they will be dealing with a lot of in Singapore we call it CPF. These are more details if you want to understand more, but these are financial planning. But of course, in high net worth, what kind of things you're talking about in their asset? It won't be just about all these small details. They are talking about trust. They're talking about how to buy more properties. I have a client from one property now have four property on his own name. So how to do that? So these are expanding their idea of doing this thing. Then of course the number 4 point is the connection. Connect is very important because in soft skill is something that you have to build. So this 4 point you must have it all. You cannot have good at one. I know there are agents that I'm very good at lead generation. I can have marketing and teach you how to do marketing. I get a lot of leads to you. But as a person, yes, you got a lot of leads. Like example, you go and play a game, got a lot of routes, but this item I do not know how to use it. I can't do anything because he's not good at creating things, not analysis report. You're not good at doing that. You're not good at calculating. You're not good at attack. You're not good at talking to people. The soft skill is not there. The leads come in. Sorry. How do I address you? I mean, the soft skill break the leads already. They may not feel you. They don't have the soft skill. So this four must be a whole. Of course, from the four, I rebuilt this four for them, but inside the center of the four, there's one heartbeat. This heartbeat is someone called mentorship. So I did told them if you have all four, the circuit doesn't break. One any point break, this circuit is not working. Just like your electric circuit, you must have all 4 points to link, then you can work. So you must be. This is a basic knowledge of being an agent. But I'm the heartbeat, just like a power station to pump in the electric to let you use your electronic appliances, example. So this 4 point, you have to have a power circuit, the main source, which is me. I will deliver this mentorship to you to teach you what to do. So I create a mentorship system to let them know how to touch all these four at the same time, understand why I can use these 4 points towards different area, and they are able to derive the right income consistently. Because a lot of agents they want a consistent income, not just a normal income. Yes, some they want to close one big deal, but after that, no consistency. A lot of them lose the consistency. You know, I see a lot of top producer in past, they are number one, but now where are they? There's no consistency. So we need to be able to consistently be number one. It's not about, yes, I'm number one last month, but now I'm just a normal agent. So we need to learn this. Yet a lot of agents not able to do it. Because why? Lost focus, lost with there's no mentorship inside their business model. They only focus on themselves, but there's no one look after them. So I, as a person, I love to play game, like a guild. They need to have a leader to control, to manage, and to understand what's going on. Just like recently World Cup just end. Just like a manager, you need to have understand the soccer player, what their strength, what's their weaknesses, and who to play which positions. Yeah, I'm just like a manager in the soccer team. Of course, many ways of saying that yes, I may not need a manager. I'm a self-employed. I can do this alone, but not really true because sometimes the blind spot we do not know. We are just dive in somewhere and waste a lot of time. So I always focus a lot on the value, which is the time. So when I can save more time, you are able to grow. So we want to know this is way they are helping you so that you're able to enjoy your life. You see, it's the same that I help a client. It's the same. So I know this is important to manage my team as the same as how I manage my client. And this is how my team grew to more than 300 and still growing.
Yeah, I love the fact that you are able to incorporate, the idea of like playing a game
Mm.
into real estate training, essentially, right? You are thinking of yourself as a video game character and going in and developing your skills, right? Like maybe you're strong in one aspect, but you need to develop skills in another aspect. So I think that's it's such an interesting and effective idea. And just the fact that you mentioned one of the other things that I really picked up on was the thing that you mentioned about, as an agent, you're listening to them just like you're listening to a client as well, because you're trying to help them get from where they're at to where they want to be. And that's where everybody is coming from. So, Fendi, I just want to say thank you so much for taking some time and really sharing with us today a master class on sales, empathy, on recruitment, team building, right, and management as well. And I hope, the listeners today really got some value out of this because I know I did. And for anybody out there who's watching and listening to this that want to, connect more with you, that want to learn more about what it is that you're doing, what are some of the best places for people to connect with you?
Of course, I have Instagram, IG. I mean, you can search my name, Fendy Lee. You'll pop up most of the time because I have a lot of social media. I have videos. I have TikTok. I mean, everywhere you can search. Well, of course, you can connect me to my WhatsApp. Is fastest. Is my number 93885825. Of course, you can just WhatsApp me if you want to be very fast in my response. But of course, other social media it will take some time because sometimes I don't read. Like Kobe tried to reach me in IG, I didn't respond it sometimes because I'm not a very IG person. But I'm happy that he reached to me and we are able to connect. And thanks for Kobe to arrange this session. I really enjoy this, and I thanks to this opportunity to share myself as well.
Yeah, absolutely, Fendi. And thank you for connecting back and just appreciate you. And before we let you go today, just wanted to know if there's any last pieces of advice, just anything you want to leave with us as kind of like a last statement for the audience today.
Sure. So never give up in your dreams because we live to dream.
Absolutely. That's some great advice. Fendi, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you in the next show. Take care.
Sure. Thank you. Bye bye.